do my generator because I know I will not be around. So I don't even have a backup plan. Okay. Okay, so let me just take us through. I took us through the sample and the structure of different the APA style sheets last week. That was what I did last week. I took us through the I'm trying to see if I can see push it up. Okay. So I was able to, of course, we know this is the African American Psychological Association referencing 7th edition. So now what I don't want us to do now is to just see them use. You know why I want us to see them at times. When you are just looking at the structure, what we tried to do last week was to see the explanations of each of them. So at times when you are looking at the structure, you may get a bit confused. But when you see them actually used, then it may help you to understand better. And here now, we see all the other different types that are categorized in the ones we showed last week. But now I want us to take them step by step and see how they are the actual samples of them. Now, I don't know, we have already looked at journal, but let's just take it because we are here. So we take it. Let me see what was the comment here. Okay. So this one just try to tell us the chapters where you find them. So chapters 9 and 10 to see the samples. I was also trying to open another section, but the internet was not cooperating with me then. I was trying to look at it here. So the internet didn't cooperate with me then. So I wanted to look at the live samples. Okay, it's exactly what we have checked before. Okay, so let's just go to it so that I'm hoping I'm just sincerely hoping that within 30 minutes you'll be able to. I hope you're still seeing my screen, right? Are we there? Why is this thing not showing me the correct thing now? Are we seeing the my screen, right? Mhm. Am I alone here? Nobody's answering me. Nobody is answering. Are you people hearing me?
Hello, ma.
Hello, can you people hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, ma.
Because none of you was answering me, so I was not sure whether. So you can see my screen. It shows general section 10:1. Can you see that?
Yes,
That,
ma.
that's what I'm sharing, right?
Yes, ma.
Okay, good. So,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, so good. Let's see. So each subsection you are seeing, so that it's the type of reference, you see them put in bold to tell you the section, so that if you have a particular kind of reference, know how it is actually presented. I've tried to let us take us through step by step to all of them so that we can any of the references we have, because nowadays it's no longer that must be booked for the journal, but different things can actually be cited now, even personal communication. So, but it is important that we give reference to whoever is the source. So that's just basically it. Now we look at journal article the last time. Like that's one, I think we used about three or two this, but you see is this a string of many authors? But in each case, as we saw the last time, the surname, the initials, then followed by, of course, the initials. Some people have the tendency of, which I've mentioned there, of putting the joining together the initials. No, there should be space, then comma, and then the one I say I also didn't observe before was the comma before the ampersand. You see where the cursor is now, that's the ampersand. But now, in this one now, you now have a comma before the ampersand. So you should take note of that. Then, of course, the date ends with full stop. And then you see the what was it called now? The sentence case that is used for the title of the article that you have here. They now have the title of the journal, which is in italics here, where the cursor is now. Journal of Educational Psychology. Then which has followed with comma, then follow with the volume is in italicized. And then you see that, like you mentioned, the journal is having initial caps on the, of course, it's always on the content words. Then you have the volume, which is in italics, and then the number, so which is in bracket, and there's no space between the volume number and the number of the particular issue that was made. Then followed by comma again, then followed by the page number, and that's where you now have the full stop. Then if there's a DOI number, you make sure it is put here, and then it will not end, it will not have full stop at the end. So that is that. Now this can be used for whether it is a singular author, there are two authors, there are three authors, but also we should also not forget in I think APA now you are expected, even if you have I think up to 20 authors, you are expected to name all of them. So I think that's the tradition now. Before you just say et al, but that's not allowed anymore. You have to mention all the names. Once it's up to 3 before, you just say et al. But no, it's no longer like that again. I think it's only in the in-text referencing that you can say et al, that you don't mention all the names. So then the next one is online magazine article, section 10.1. So you see again here now, the initial, the name, the surname, the name, followed by initial, then followed by the date. But here the date is different in that you have the month and the very day. You have the month and the very day also in the bracket with the year. So you see again here the title of the article, then followed by the title of the magazine in italics. Then you now have, probably because it was copied from online, so you have the link, the online link. But I know what we used to do is that you put the page number before. So that was you put before when it was just a physical magazine that you have access to. But now you can put this the link. The next one is print. Okay, yes. So this is the print magazine now. Yes, I was referring to that. So you have again initial, then you have but here you do not have, you just have the date. I mean the month, not the day. But I know I used to put there on my own there, especially if it's newspaper. But let's see where we are going. Maybe what the newspaper will say. Then you have the title of the article, Eruyus Park, then the name of the journal, Vanity Fair, and then followed by a comma, then followed by the, again, just like the way you have it with the journal, because it's also a periodical. So I guess you are talking about periodicals at this section. So followed by the issue of volume number, and then the issue number in the anyway, though why I'm also be careful about issue, and this some of them also of volume they use issue. So but what you know is that the main categorization is the first number and it is in italics, then followed by the one that's in bracket to say that the specific reference, and then this is now followed by the page number. So the page number, I think in this case now you have about 56 to 51, then also maybe the thing is spilling over to another page, that is 100, where it is continued, which is actually a normal thing with magazines. So let's look at the next one. I'm just trying to see so that we'll see. Let me see, where am I going to be seeing the number now? I don't know. Is anybody seeing the time on their own end there? But I will see how to, but when we get to somewhere, we'll be able to, I'll point out the important things. You can check the other ones on our own. Maybe I'll just post this in the chat room. So you see the print magazine, I mentioned that, then the online newspaper article. Now this is online newspaper article. So you see here now, again, you see the name, the initial of the they call it the byline, So the name on the byline, then the date, and the month again, and the day. Then it is the title of the article followed by the name of the newspaper, in this case, the New York Times. So you can, any of the Nigerian papers that you're familiar with could be, then the link. So that is online. So let's look at the one that is print, because it can be, it could be any of these sources that you may have. And please don't treat anything as if they are useless, because some of you, the references you are giving me, I say you are just giving me just references of only what's it called now? Course material. No, you're supposed to read why. This is masters. Anyway, if you are, even if you are an undergraduate, the bachelors of those days used to be the people that were the shakers. Nobody was thinking of masters. It's just because the same became common and people started talking of masters. Very few people used to read beyond their first degree, which is basically the education you actually need to function. So even at first degree, expect to be able to properly cite when you use. So if you have here, but I think I say I want undergraduate person in my, that is still in my, so under my supervision. So let me not leave the person to out. So that this one newspaper article. So you can even be reading newspaper. And you can find something, an article that's of interest to what you are working on. So if you have something that you are working on that is of interest, so why will you not cite it? So you have here now Reynolds G 2019. Then here the newspaper, because it's a daily newspaper, you see the date. The day was given here, it's not just month. Unlike the first one that maybe the article, the journal, the magazine is just a monthly magazine. So in that case, it may be leave out the day. But newspaper is a daily thing. So you have the day given here, the date of the day, then different strokes. So there is the title of the article. Then again, New York Times. I don't know what D4 is, but I want to assume it has to do with the page. It has to do with the page. So because I know you're supposed to put the page number, so that if somebody looking for that article, the page should be able to go directly there. I use the newspaper extensively, both for my master's work and even for my PhD work. I use my source of data were mostly from newspapers. I think I should work in the newspaper. Okay, anyway, that's just by the way. So let's look at the next one, blog post. So this one is blog post. We see that a lot online. So if you have a blog post, how do you cite it? So again, you see the day, the year, you see the Routledge P, that's the author and all of that. You see we are concerned with the way the authors are named. Then you see here now the day, the date, the actual date, just like, because it could also be maybe a daily thing, but you probably have the date. But I have not been citing mostly this because I'm not looking at blog posts as a daily thing. But then looking at this now, I guess this is something I was missing in my own citations of blog posts before. So you have, are we twins? Okay, that's the title of the article. Then this is the name of the blog. So Dr. Pam, Living with Media, that's the name of the blog. Because every blog page has its name. So that's the name of the blog that I cited here. Then the link. And this link will take you directly, they call what do they call it now? Sludge. You take it directly to that particular post. So you take note of that. Authored book. So now we have left periodicals. Now let's talk about authored books. So we also explained we tried to explain that to when we did last week. So the book here, so the same thing. The difference now is that the book title is italicized. The book title is italicized. Then this is the publisher, American Psychological Group. So when after the title of the book, then you have the publisher. Then if there's a DOI number, you put it next. Then if it's a dictated book chapter. So again, you see this here now, the name of the author. So I won't be repeating that, but let's look at the next one. This is the title of the article in the book. Now, in this one that is different now, you now have so the name of editors follows with comma, then the title of the book. So with the page number in bracket in front of the title of the book, and then the name of the publisher, and then there's a DOI key. So I think this is not difficult if we have this as a guide. And I think one thing we are not doing is that we don't go back. We don't bother to go back and check all these things after we have gone through them. So let's look at online dictionary. So this is the author, the American Psychological Association, then the year, and then the title of the article in that dictionary. What is being defined? Internet addiction. In APA Dictionary of Psychology, this is the title of the dictionary, and then this is a link. I'm using the cursor. Please, I hope you are following that. Report by a group of authors. So you have a group now, and which actually you have a lot of UN reports that are done in this way, and you need to cite them. Because once it's relevant to your work, or it will, you see, it is either it refuses or it agrees or whatever with what you are doing. Once it's relevant to your work, I think you should give the credit, or the idea is something that is relevant to what you're doing. So this is the title of the report. Comprehensive implementation of plan on maternal infant, whatever. Then the link, because most of these materials are actually available online. So unlike our time that you must go to the physical library to get the physical book. But now many of these things, so that's why the link is there. The link should be able to take you to that place. The report by individual also. So I guess in this case now, when it's a group, it's the name of the organization, but when individual authors, which also you may also find. So you see again here, it is published by this center. This is the title of the report. Is in italics. The first report is in italics because it has been published. Then this is the name of the author, the publisher, Center for Universal Education and Bookings. The publisher may not necessarily be what's it called now? A publishing house, but the organization that supported the publishing of the work. So this may be the name that is given to that, or it could also be that they actually had one giving support or have the resources to do that. So then this is the link. So it is a PDF, as you can see here. Let's look at the next one, press release, American Psychological Association. Again, the date and it's only year now, the month and the day. Then the name, the title of the press release is in italics, as you can see here. People who use willpower alone to achieve goals, etc. Then in square bracket, you have press release. And you're going to see some of that in the other kind of references that we are doing. So this I think is better for me to draw your attention to that. You see, it's different from the other thing because this is a press release. So it could even be just one page. And then you see it now in the link that leads to it. You have it there. Let's see conference session. So the next one is how to cite the conference section. Let's see now. So conference session, you have the name of the reference and the author and the month. Now here, you're having the month and the period of the conference. That's what is put in front of the year as bracket. So when being is a skill, conference session. So that one is put in square bracket again. APA 2019 convention, Chicago, Illinois, United States. So it gives you the location, all the details about the conference and the location, all of that. And it is not yet published, so you don't have a publisher, but the kind of conference and there's the organization or the type of conference, the conference itself, and then you have the link, because most conferences now have on their website what you are going to have. Then you have the lesson from a database. So like your work now, the university uploads it to its database. The university is working on that. So let's see how to sound, and you can some of your colleagues, if you actually check online, you will access them. I don't know how the university does its own, but I'm not seeing many of you citing the formal works of your colleagues that I know. So let's see now, discussion from a database. You have the name of the author, the title of the work, and then the publication number. Now the publication number, because that particular database now have been created by the university, so maybe it has its number. It is being listed and be like, I know I call the VC ones that I noticed that we don't have what's it called now? We don't have this thing for our own ISBN for our no ISSN for our inaugural lecture. I know I called him and told him that I don't know what the university is doing about that, but But what this one could well be what the name the university decided to name, because like in our case now, like when I presented my own inaugural lecture, it is called the 27th. So it could be the kind of number the university is giving to his own. So this may be the way you cite that, then you indicate that it's a doctoral dissertation. Anyway, you know what we call thesis, is what Americans call their own dissertation. Whereas in our case, you call it we call it what now? Um, we call it thesis, or we call it a master dissertation. So New York University, so the name of the university, and then the I think this should be the what did I call it now? The database for ProQuest dissertations and thesis global. Then the next one is print article, preprint article. So let's see now the name again. So it is the article is again put in italics, and then where it is maybe the website where it is being stored, it has not been printed, so it is being stored there. So you see it indicated there too, and then the link to access it. So you can also have data set. Now, for people in our field, that one may be a bit of something, but people that do what's it called now? People that like I know there's a report, there's a research I did with a group of mine, and in our case, we have data sets that we created that we got from our field work. So at times, it may be what you have access to and you want to refer to. And so this is how to cite it. You see here now the owner of the data, and then the set itself, and then where it is the owners, maybe the database where it is accessed, and then the link to it. So you have it. I bet again, you see in the square bracket, you have. I hope you are following me. I hope I'm not too fast. If I am, please slow me down. But I am trying to see to use all the time and also the battery so that we don't get we can finish this today. So you see in square bracket data set. Then the next one is film or video. So here, this is a film or video like you have in Nollywood or Hollywood or whatever. So you see the names of the credit is given to the directors. And you notice I said that before the ampersand, there's a comma. So even though there are two, there's a comma before the ampersand. Then the date of the release of the film, that's the year it was released. Then the title of the film. Then in square bracket again, you have film indicated. And then the people that produce it. That's what Disney Pictures. So maybe it's a combination, Pizza Animation Studios. So you know they actually collaborate different so they can come together to produce a film. So and I think that's why you're having two names there. They have TV series, so with episodes. So you have the name of the writer, the name of the director, the year and the day. So because you are probably referring to a particular episode. So the Fancy Party Session Season 3, Episode 9. Then you see in square bracket again, TV series episode. So in G. Daniels, H. Clean, whatever, executive producers, Parks, and this is the name of the series, Parks and Recreation, DD. Then the name of the producer, Dido D Productions. So you have three studios actually that combine to do this now. So these are expected to be indicated. Let's look at webinar. So you want to make reference to webinar, because I'm telling you now, we have a lot of things to refer now. So you can see again, you can refer to webinar when it is done. The APA's Type 7 edition refresher for instructors webinar, American Psychology. So if you attended the webinar, you want to make reference to it. Like I say, attended one that is being done by Sage today. So and you have access to it, you may be able to, if you have the link to it, and this is the link, you may be able to look through it and see that. Now, this one, YouTube video, that one is the one that is common. I'm sure many of us would likely have us, and it's good that we know how to cite it. So this is the name of the, the handle, the handle of that YouTube channel probably. So you have about the night, then the year and the day, because that's why you can count the years, because by the time you know when it was produced or it was uploaded, let me see. So you now have here the title, Can Procrastination Be a Good Thing? Then you have again square bracket, video, and then you have YouTube. So then you have the link. I always only used to be content with just putting the link, but I see now that you actually want to indicate that it is YouTube, probably to differentiate it from other search online um, or likely like Instagram or whatever that may also have such videos. So maybe that may be the difference, but you indicate here that it is YouTube. Then you have song or track section. So the name of the artist, the year, and then the title. Then you indicate in bracket again that it is song. And then the name of probably the album. And then you have the producer. Then you have radio broadcast section. I have quoted mostly television, most of because many times when I'm watching telly, then I may get an idea from what I'm watching. Even when I was doing anyway, maybe my PhD. Okay, I have 10 more minutes. Okay, let me say I can rush through this. So we're talking about soundtrack. So now we have the radio broadcast. So you see again the name, the date and the year, and then the title of the broadcast itself in italics, then you indicate in square bracket, read what was it called now? You indicate on the, of course, this could be the anchor, wherever it is that spoke in that thing that you put as a person and friends. Then you say the radio broadcast, then the station, NPR, and then the link. In this case now that most of them actually are online now, even the Radio Nigeria. The podcast episode. So again, this one, you have the host, the name of the host. Then because it's not dated, you say ND. When you don't know the date, you're not sure of the date. Even of a website, you say ND, not dated. That's what I mean. So that's the title, Psychopaths and Superheroes #1. That's the episode is episode #1. So that's why it is put in bracket there. Then in square bracket, now have to say audio podcast episode. So that's distinguishing from YouTube or whatever. So you know now that exactly what it is that it is. There is a podcast. Then what the name of the podcast is, the podcast itself, in the Happiness Lab with Doc. So that's the name of the podcast itself. Then these are the producers and then the link to it. I'm still trying to get myself together to turn on there's some distance. I also want to turn to podcasts that I've made already. They have infographic. So you see here again, the name of the author, it is not dated, data sharing infographics. So infographics are ways that, I don't know if you are seeing infographic, but you are seeing that a lot of information that's given, but it is graphically displayed. So you may have a link to it. Many of them, you can find many of them on the internet actually. So you see it here, then you cite it, and then this is where you cite the PowerPoint from a classroom website. So you can have a Google Blackboard or whatever. Then the mode, like we have our Moodle classes and all of that, your virtual classroom. So you may decide to cite a PowerPoint that you got from there. And so that is it. So citing poster image, whatever, that's the title of the element, and then you indicate again square bracket. See, this to distinguish the particular nature of that reference you are making. So PowerPoint slides. Like I think I've also uploaded some things on the slide share. So if you want to, you can indicate that there, then Canvas at FNU and all of that. So this is a link to it. So this is the source, the base where it was kept. So it's Canvas. I think yeah. So you have expos. Of course, that used to be Twitter. I'm trying to see, so to finish this thing, whether we'll be able to talk or not, I don't know, but let me see if I can finish this thing. So X post, so this is a post, then you see now that the name Barack, then the handle at Barack Obama. So this is the name of the registered person, then the day, the year, the day, the month and the day, then the title of that thing, and also, and you indicate that it is a post, and then this is where it is taken from X. So like you remember the other one we say YouTube, so you now put the link. Then open educational resources. You see again, that's OER resources. So again, you see that and the day and all of that, and then the title. Then you now say OER Commons, which is the basic website where it can be, then indicate the time is retrieved, and then the website. I don't know, we have been discouraging putting retrieve from, but I think from what I studied, I saw that there are some where you actually, it is indicated where you are supposed to indicate that. So this, then let's look at web page, which is also what we use a lot. Web page, situation ironing. So we have the name of the person, the date, and all of that. Then we look at the website name, and then we now indicate the link. Web page on news website. So again, I think this is essentially just like the first one. So the day, the year, the date, and all of that. And then we put the title, and then we put the title of the article, the name of the website, and then we now put we put the link. Web page with a retrieval date. Okay, like yes, this is what I was going to, when I was studying, I noticed this thing. So odometer, then this one does not have date again. At times you have a website that the date is not indicated when it was published. So but it is indicated when it was retrieved, and from the website where it was retrieved. So let me see. I think that's about that. Yes, I think that is that. So this essentially, I don't know, my battery is almost finished. I'm listening to, but I think essentially I've covered everything I needed to say. So I don't know if we have any question. I don't know how many minutes we have. We have 4 minutes, 25 seconds. So this is that, that's that concerning this. So if we have any comment or question, we have just 4 minutes to do that before we will be shut out of the system. Do you have questions?
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, good evening.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. There is something I see recurring throughout. That is the name of what you are citing. For example, a video, a webinar, and so on. So if we are citing a course material to differentiate it from other materials, will there be need for us to put that in brackets also?
Anyway, you see, here they didn't indicate course material, but no, you will actually treat it more like a book.
Okay.
I will look at course material as a book, and it's published by National Open University of Nigeria. But I can find out, or we can all find out and see if there's otherwise, I think normally even I cite course material like a book, and I will just indicate that the publisher is National Open University of Nigeria. So that's what I've done, but I've not, but if it is like an online material that have not been fully like I think there's one they say preprint. I don't know if you can go back to that one. So I said we'll put something like that there. But then the way the National University of Nigeria materials are is that they actually are like they are just ready for print. So but if I see that place we saw preprint, okay, yes, but it's an article. This one I just preprint is an article. So I say you want to rate it like this, preprint article. Like you can see where preprint article is. I say you want to classify like this. If not, I think just classify it as a book. So that's what I have actually been doing personally. Yeah, but if you think you want to distinguish it, yes, it's also possible. You can also differentiate it from other books that are published by now. I don't know whether I've seen anyone. But you may decide to say, okay, just put in brackets, just put it in brackets to indicate that it is a course material if you think that is necessary. But we can find out more to see if but the maybe the APA has not gotten into that kind of situation, so it may not have an explanation for it. Any other one, because we have less than 2 minutes. Okay, so everybody is good, right? Okay, thank you. So I guess as it is, you can call it a day. Okay, thank everybody.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Grateful.
Yes, I'll just quickly say this. I don't know. I think because by the time I get to Benin now before the weekend, I may have so much work waiting for me. Probably we may take a break for now. Then, but if anybody has questions or anything you want us to discuss, you may let us know. That we'll be convening a meeting for a short time. Otherwise, I may just face the work that are waiting for me, so that I will sort them out before then I'll let us know if I'm able to put together any other new materials for us to continue. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yes, it's okay, ma.
Okay, thank you very much. So
Okay,
everybody,
ma'am.
please use the knowledge we have shared so far and give me something good, right? Okay. Good night, everybody.